I swear, sometimes you just got to tell me what to do and how to do it, even though I bitch and complain about it. You know what's really weird about this? Can you guys see this on my screen right here? You see the bricks coming through? I have no green screen. I have the opacity turned all the way up. I can't figure this shit out. I've been trying for half an hour to figure out how to not make the shit come through, and I cannot fucking do it. Not to save my goddamn life. I don't know what it is. Let's see. Crop color key. No. It's all there. I can't do a damn thing about it. I can't make it any more than what it is. I'm going to have to ask Briggs because it looks like I'm bleeding through, but I'm not bleeding through. I don't know what's going on. It's not as bad on TikTok. It's not as bad on Facebook Blue, but on YouTube it looks horrendous, and I'm not used to looking horrendous. No. Gen X Talks is the Gen X Talks live stream. We're broadcasting from the Loop Studios in Minden, Nevada. It is a little bit after 6 o'clock Los Angeles time. That means I'm in the Los Angeles time zone. Doesn't mean I'm in Los Angeles. Given in Tijuana, it's still Los Angeles time zone. There's probably parts of Argentina that are in the Los Angeles time zone. So yeah, you don't know. I could be anywhere. I could be in a submarine off the shores of Catalina, for all you know. Although I've told you where I am, so we can skip the formalities. Welcome to the program. It's not a podcast. It's a live stream. It's something weird, something up, something down. I can't tell what it is. Nobody tells me anything. I just get to figure the shit out as I go. But you got to start with a drink. You got to start with some alcohol. If you don't have alcohol, you're not going to get the program. The program is boring without alcohol. Let's face it, if you guys were drunk enough or you were high enough, you could watch The Price is Right or Wheel of Fortune and be just as entertained. Well, you got to think of it along that line, all right? I'm just a more attractive Bob Barker, if you will, okay? All right. You guys are all down there at the contestants row putting your bids, every one of you running a comb through your hair and yelling, $2. I'm going to bid $2. None of you are really bidding $2 because none of you have $2. You're all broke just like me. Anyway, this drink right here is the last drop he's got in his glass. It's the Sun Valley Fox presenting his $1.2 million view. That is the view of the sun setting around the mountains in South Lake Tahoe. And that view right there is a real view, is a real person. It's a real fucking glass, too. And you should be drinking out of your Bottom of the Glass Nation cup, but you don't have one. And he does. Bottom of the Glass Nation is the show. We drink till we get to the truth, and the truth is where? At the bottom of the glass. BOTGN, he's got his Pendleton right there. The Sun Valley Fox is drinking away. I'm going to drink. You're going to drink. Everyone's going to drink. We got to kick this pig. Now, before we get started too much on that, I need you to settle in with some ground rules here. Number one, don't be a dick. No matter what platform you're on, don't be a dick. That's kind of the only rule, all right? There's only one person around here who's allowed to behave that way, and it's yours truly, because it's my fucking show. The other one is it's time to put the cat out, let the dog in, dim the lights, pull the drapes, get an adult beverage in each hand. Why? Because the show looks better in the dark. That's one. Cats go out because they don't seem to like the show, a little bit indifferent. Dogs come in, they seem to love the show. And if you settle back into your chair with 2 drinks, you don't have to get up nearly as often to go refill. All right? Good. Glad you're coming along with me on that one. Now, tonight's show is a little bit weird, a little bit different. There's no drag and drop section. For those of you that are on Patreon, you got an email about a half an hour ago. And it explained, hey, we're on time, we're going on, here's the platforms, check us out. But it also gave you the rules for the night, let you guys know what we were doing. Nothing. Yeah, it's like a whole series of Seinfeld. It's an episode about nothing. No show prep, no pictures, no stories, no news. We're going to talk about, if you guys don't come up with stuff to talk about, like questions and answers and topics, like someone's going to chime in and have some hard-hitting questions. I expect someone to come straight to the camera and lean in and say, General, I'm serious right now. Matchbox or Hot Wheels? Which is better? Someone says that, I'm going to answer. I'm going to answer it truthfully. I'm going to give you the right answer to that.
What, are you playing Change My Mind?
What do you mean?
That's what Charlie Kirk and Crowder does.
What's that?
Change my mind. Come out here and change my mind.
No, I just want to talk about stuff. I'm not trying to change anybody's mind. I just want to talk. You're not trying to get you to change my mind. We all know Hot Wheels are better. Anybody trying to change my mind, you can fucking leave the program right now. So it's a question and answer time. It's just a topic. You can bring up something. You bring up a topic that I don't know anything about, I'm going to tell you. Like, what is the color of shit from a sperm whale? I don't know. I got to be honest with you. I won't know the answer to that. I can't help you with that. So if you bring up shit like that, I'm going to tell you, I don't fucking know. We're going to move on. But the idea is the show is all about you guys. Bring some stuff up. You want to sit here and remain quiet for the whole hour? Hey, we can do that just like Miss Rowley did to us in 5th grade. When we were misbehaving out in the rain, she sat us down, turned out the lights, and we had to sit on our hands for a goddamn hour. Don't think I'm not used to that, because I am. So I can do it again if I have to. Now, clicking over to there's my lovely bride. This is just like a podcast. A little side-by-side action here going on. That's because when you're looking at the screen, she's to your left, to my right, and that's how we roll with this. But my wife is between the sheets.
Yes.
What does that mean? Did you just have a sexual reference? Well, in a double entendre kind of way, I guess I did. In between the sheets means that you guys have moderators on all of your platforms. There's moderators on YouTube. There's moderators on Rumble. There's moderators on X. There's moderators on Facebook. And what they're doing is they're waiting for you to say something clever, witty, or even hurtful. Hurtful. And they will take and copy and paste it to Google Sheets. It's a Google Doc that Gen X Mom can read from all the platforms, can get put there. So if you got something, get a hold of your moderator, figure out who your moderator is. Like on TikTok, it's Mary Mathis. Anytime on TikTok can say something and go, hey, Mary Mathis, write this down, and she will. Well, I'm just going to read one. Clean and humble. Did Dad lose weight? This is over on TikTok. I'm reading this. Clean and humble. Yeah, I did. I'm like 129 pounds or 139 pounds. I don't know. Over 129 pounds lost. I'm still going. Changed my diet now. I'm kind of eating more proteins for energy, but I'm doing a lot more walking around and moving and stuff. Yeah, the weight's coming off. Thank you for noticing. Going too fast for the comments. Why not a Braves hat? Shane Pinson over on TikTok. Why not a Braves hat? Oh, I don't know. I guess I could just walk outside and kick myself in the balls, too. Why not do that? You know, I could do both. I could put on a Braves hat and go kick myself in the nuts. That's why not a Braves hat. What do you mean, why not a Braves? Stop it. You got to stop that shit right now. Who else do I got over here? And I'm also looking at Facebook Blue. Johnny O's over in there. Dale Wines and Facebook Blue, the usual suspect checking in. 100 Bryce Horning says 129 kilos lost. Shallow Ferguson, what's she talking? She's your moderator over there. And I don't see any other comments in there. Leonard Weiss over on Facebook Blue. What do you think about the speech from the Secretary of Defense? That's fair. I'll even like his little question there. Pete. That's our buddy Pete. I really don't. Okay, let me back up. Politically speaking, I get that the left doesn't like the right. I understand that the right doesn't like the left. Okay. But if you just think of it from an American point of view, Pete gets up there and says, I want a military that can whoop some ass. I don't want to be politically correct. I don't want to hire the handicapped. His whole thing was, I don't care. I just want the best soldiers, the best people fighting. I want to win. I want to be able to make war and win. I mean, you guys.
Wait, is he talking about the one he talked to the generals?
Yeah, that's the big speech, right?
Okay,
yeah.
All right.
He came out there and he said, he talked to all the generals, and it was on. They filmed it. We got to see the whole thing, but nobody seems to complain about a basketball team or a football team. Like, we really don't have enough Puerto Ricans on the Los Angeles Lakers. We should put some Puerto Ricans on. Don't you think that'd be fair? Don't you think that'd be nice? Don't you think there's some Puerto Ricans that would like to play basketball? I don't know, probably. But the Lakers want to win. And if there's no Puerto Ricans that can slam dunk a ball, they may not get on the team. I don't understand why we're okay with that in professional sports. The NFL, there's no mandatory quota. There's no mandatory. I don't understand. We don't mind our sports teams winning at all costs. You wouldn't care if your sports team was all black, all white. Didn't matter. You just win.
Well, what about what he said about the generals have to get in shape? That was the big controversy was, what? These guys have to do this?
Well, he wants them to lead by example. I'm not so sure I agree with that because let's be fair about that. This is where I differ from Pete. I would tell Pete, I'd argue with Pete Hegseth a little bit, that Secretary of War. I would argue and say the generals don't need to be in that good a shape to do their job. Now, a soldier carrying an M16, carrying an M60, got to hike up a hill and carry wounded soldier. Hey, you got to be tip-top shape. You got to be razor sharp. You can't be 85 years old with one leg. No. But the generals, their job is to point and go, here, I drew a map. Everybody go attack this way. Let's go there. Admirals in the Navy, they're sitting back in Pearl Harbor with a big map and play boats, and they're going to go, okay, so these boats go here, and these ships go there, and then why can't that guy be 400 pounds?
Are you feeling like they've already been there, done that?
Yeah, they understand their job right now. Some of them are 65 years old. Their job is to think these things through and command. You telling me they can't command from a wheelchair because they're old and fat? They can't command. And the generals, the higher rank stuff like that, I think I'd feel a little differently. I just do. Maybe it's a prejudice I have. I like that the whole thing is, can you say that our Army right now, our Navy, our military is the best in the world, in every aspect? And if your answer is no, then what do we got to do to make it better? Make it the best. I want the best soldiers. I want the best weapons. I want them eating the best food possible. I want the best medicine for our soldiers. I want our veterans to be taken care of. I like the whole speech. I think the part you brought up, that would be my only disagreement at this point, would be,
I still think they need to pass a PT test of some sort.
Well, that's, we differ on that. That didn't bother me too much. I just think if you're going to make war, you got to have the best guys out there, men and women, and there's things that the women have to be able to do just like the men. I'm not so I couldn't pass the PT part of it right now. I'm 57. They would not let me in to do anything, and I'm not going to cry about it. I'm just going to go, oh, I'm not cut out for that. That's all. And what country doesn't want to have the best military? Russians want to have the best military. Maybe the Canadians don't. Maybe the Canadians are okay. They got county mounties and stuff. Maybe they're all right. All right, what else?
Would you like me to read? They're filling the sheets up. The moderators are doing their job.
That's the only part you disagree with? What not? No more anonymous complaints? Yeah, this is Pugsy on TikTok. There's talking about you can't, Pete's like, you can't have any more anonymous complaints about somebody. I think the other side of that, Pugsy, would be you have to say who you are and what your complaint is and fill out your form. But there better be somebody watching to make sure that you're not treated unfairly afterwards. You don't want to spend the next decade in the military blackballed because you said something that needed to be said. Now, if you're just being a whiny crybaby about it, that's what he's trying to get rid of, is all the whiny crybabies that are complaining about nothing and they're hiding behind anonymity. I think that's where that would go. It's like, God, we could probably stop thousands of dumb complaints that really aren't anything if we just make you put your name on it. Then I bet that would stop. And he's right. But you're also right, Pugsy, that you might, because I know where you're going with that exactly. You're thinking about what happens if some legitimate complaints get brought up, but then there's retribution and now you're working latrine duty till you're 50. I get it. I don't know that I have a good answer for that. But I understand that. I understand his thinking on it, but it's a two-edged sword. Do you put up with it, because you're going to have to take the good with the bad? I don't know. Or do you make it like Pete's doing it and take the good with the bad that way? Either way, I don't think there's a solid answer. You just got to weed stuff out. That's my thought anyway. What do I know? Anyway, Pugsy, I hope that answers your question. I'm giving it to you honestly. You brought it up. Maybe you can write something in there and let me know how you felt about it. Unless Pugsy left. But anyway, that's what that's what I know. All right. Bring it. Hit me. I'm ready. All the platforms, give me something. I'm standing right here. Let's go. I ain't going nowhere.
I have some comments too.
Okay, go.
Tori Randolph says you're looking thin.
Thank you, Tori.
Dale Wine on Facebook, as Johnny Fever says, give it to me, baby. I can take it.
Give it to me, baby. I can take it.
TikTok, Zerster Zoo. You have a great narrator's voice. I never noticed that.
Zerster's Zoo.
Yes.
I wonder if that's a real place.
I don't know.
He's going to hire me for a zoo. He says, welcome to Zerster Zoo. Please keep your hands and arms inside the vehicle at all time until the ride comes to a complete stop. On your left is the tigers. We're going to be accelerating now so they don't eat us. Zerster Zoo. I'm with you. What else?
All right. Midnight Gaming 365 on YouTube is a member for 40 months tonight. Hey, man, the Sun Valley Fox shot glass isn't even level, but mine is.
You know what? If you tell the Sun Valley Fox that his opening picture isn't level, he's an engineer, machinist. He will go take another picture and he'll put a level on the table, a level on the glass. Then he'll make sure the whiskey is filled up and level before he takes the picture. You watch. He's going to get out a plumb bob and everything to get that right. That's funny.
All right. TikTok, Dan Stringer says, what are your thoughts on autism and Tylenol?
I don't know. I listen to all the stuff that goes on. I listen to all the TikTok videos. Then I listen to all the news channels on it. I read a couple of the reports on it. It just, even the way I looked at it, TikTok, Tylenol even said on their page, don't take it while you're pregnant. You know, it can cause problems. I don't think they directly, nowhere did I read it says it can cause autism, but if they're telling you, hey, don't take our product while you're pregnant, that's not what it's for. They've obviously done some homework on it. That wasn't just some guy who wrote a Post-it note down and stuck it to the side of the box and they printed it. You know, they got research and development and clinical trials. They've been doing it for 50 years. They know something like, hey, we're not going to get into it on our box, but we're just going to tell you, don't do it.
You know what? Years ago when I was pregnant, they told you not to take anything when you were pregnant. Nothing. There was they said no medicine whatsoever. And then it slowly became, oh, well, you can take a Tylenol and you can take, but there was nothing. They told you no soda, no this, no that, no this. And then all of a sudden they started easing up on things. And
I don't know. I think if you have a good doctor, listen to your doctor. I don't know that I would ever know enough to make a decision on that. And there's so many people on the left screaming that their medical stuff is right. There's people in the Republican Party. They're screaming our medical journal stuff is right. I don't know. I'd listen to my doctor. That's what I would do. I trust my doctor, Dr. McDreamy, and I'd go with what he said. You know why? He's in the business. He knows it. You can read all the reports and studies you want. They're all shaded. They're all slanted left. They're all slanted right. They leave questionnaires out. I don't know. I'd go with what the doctor says. That's it.
TikTok, Shane Pinson says, why the Dodger hat?
Oh, I don't know. Shane, why the Dodger hat? Let me see if I can make up a crazy reason why I'd be wearing a Dodger hat. I'm going to have to dig deep, Shane. It's going to be a little bit here. I don't know. Maybe because I was born in the suburbs of Los Angeles. I started going to Dodger games when I was 3. I've sat in every section of Dodger Stadium, been in all the tours, met most of the players. I stood like Steve Garvey in the batter's box when I was a teenager. I always wanted to play on the Dodgers in Little League and never got to play on the Dodgers in Little League. Collected every baseball card from 1975 to 1990. I have every season, every card, most of them signed. Grew up in L.A., so I was going to Dodger games after dinner every chance I could. Listened to Vince Scully on the radio when I couldn't go to the games. We'd sit out front on the cul-de-sac and we'd play an AM radio and pretend we were the Dodgers. And whenever the play would happen on the radio, we'd act it out. Why do I wear a Dodger hat? Golly gee willikers, I don't fucking know. Why does anybody wear a hat supporting their team? Chances are it's in their family or they live there. Do I really need to explain this to you? What is the IQ level of people on TikTok? I got to know, because that seemed like a pretty rudimentary question to me. But hey, I'm just a dumb mechanic in the middle of the desert. What do I know? Next question.
TikTok, Omar Celio. Hot Wheels is better than Matchbox, just like Tonka was better than Buddy L.
Yeah, for sure. I'm with, who said that?
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Omar Celio.
Omar, with you on that, my man. Let's stay solid on Hot Wheels and Tonka. I'm good with you, buddy. Yeah.
All right, Crooked Pickle.
I wouldn't pick that as my name. If you're drunk and you're logging in and someone says, they said, oh, what's your name or your address, your phone number, your email? Oh, by the way, what would you like your name to be? And you just kind of look around and...
No, I think some girl called him that.
Oh, and it stuck?
Yes. Hot Wheels is Garfield. Matchbox is Heathcliff. It's kind of like one of those quizzes.
But which one's better between...
Hot Wheels is to Garfield as Matchbox is to Heathcliff.
Okay, well, whatever. Hot Wheels is better and so is Garfield.
All right. Trudy is sending you a gift on TikTok.
Thank you, Trudy.
You also got Silver Knew Nothing. Sent you a bunch of
Silver
gifts.
Knew Nothing. I'll appreciate the gifts.
Birdman sent you a gift on TikTok. We're getting lots of those.
Yeah, getting some people.
Shane Pinson sent you a rose. Tactical Gramps is a...
Tactical Gramps says, watch it, big guy. I'm on TikTok. Okay, Tactical Gramps, you and I, we're keeping the learning curve high on TikTok. Just letting you know. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay. Pugsy says, I appreciate your honest opinion. I just don't agree with speech all around.
That's okay. You don't have to. I don't have to either. That's fine.
Shane Pinson says, salute. I respect that. I'm the same way with the Braves.
Yeah, well,
That's
then we're
what
good.
Dodgers
Then that's why.
Yes. John Morgan on YouTube says, I heard you get to do the weird stuff after the second date. He's just saying.
That's his topic? You get to do the weird stuff after the second date?
That's
Well,
what he
that's
said.
like an assumed thing now. What is it that the kids do? It's like sex is implied after the third date. I don't know that's, I mean, I was scrolling around on Instagram the other day and something came up, a topic. It was just a little picture meme. Like it asks a question like, what's the cheapest gas you remember? And everybody replies. What's your first album you ever bought with your own money? Everybody replies. This one said, sex on the first date is called what? And there was a blank. You had like 10,000 entries on there.
It was a hookup.
Well,
on the first date,
on the first
it's
date,
called a hookup.
on the first date, but some people go lucky, disgusting, weird, odd. One girl wrote familiar. I mean, so
At least she was honest.
Oh, she was.
Danny H goes booty call, fun.
Yeah, I'm just saying, sex on the first date is, that's so subjective.
All right.
But apparently, sex is implied after 3 dates. So
All right.
got to be careful.
Kristen Hartman on YouTube has a question for you.
I'm ready, Kristen Hartman on YouTube.
General, what do you know about late model Class A dirt track racing? My dad used to do it, but you may know more than me.
Oh, not much. I haven't been to dirt track racing. The last, well, not even dirt. It was clay. What was the track in Petaluma, that sprint car race we went to? That wasn't. It was a dirt track, but it was like clay or something. It wasn't
I don't
street.
remember.
But other than that, I haven't been to dirt track races in 30 years. Just ran out of time having 8 kids and trying to run a shop. But so I don't know a whole lot about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bruce Baldwinson on Facebook says, hi from Gardnerville. Love the show.
Who said that?
Bruce Baldwinson.
Bruce Baldwinson. I'm probably going to run into Bruce.
You never know.
I am making my way because we're broadcasting from the Minden Studios, the Loop Minden Studios, and it's Gardnerville. It's where we do all of our UPSs at the UPS place in Gardnerville. See, I don't know where the dividing line is between Minden and Gardnerville.
Right in the middle of 395
Well,
there.
I don't know where that is. I like to say I like the Pizza Factory, but I think that's on the Minden side. I like that Mexican restaurant Fuentes we go to.
That's on the Minden
That's
side.
on the Minden side. But I think O'Reilly's, where I go for the auto parts, I think it's on the Gardnerville
Yes,
side.
I think so.
So I believe both of the supermarkets in town are both on the Gardnerville side.
I believe so.
I got Old Blue, that truck, that 1971 truck from Chuck. I drove all the way out through the housing tract. What was that place called?
The Ranchos?
The Ranchos, to the end of the Ranchos. Almost made it to the 88, and then that's where I got that 71 Dodge D300 Old Blue. So I got that from Gardnerville. I'll be around Gardnerville and Minden. We may see each other.
Yeah, James Cote or James Cote on Facebook.
Yeah.
Hey, Queen, you look spectacular. Thank you very much. And I hope to have a beard like the General one day. It's my hair now.
Yeah, the beard takes a little bit of getting used to. I've been growing it kind of this thick, but different color, of course, since I was 17. Do you know why we're not getting a lot of female comments in here tonight? Is because, ladies and gentlemen, I've turned this all the way down to about 2. I kind of want to focus on the words, on the sentences, on the meaning of things. And if I turn this all the way up to 8 or 9, we're not going to get anything done. They just swoon back and forth over the screen. And I can't have that right now. We're trying to have a serious moment. So, ladies and gentlemen, I turned this down to about 2. Now, keep in mind, I can turn this down, but I can't turn it off. Remember that. You get a beard like that, you'll have the same problem. All right, next.
Okay, Dean Roddering gifted 5 memberships tonight on YouTube. Thank you very much.
That is such a big thing when you guys gift memberships on YouTube. That's a huge thing because on YouTube, or if you're on Facebook, there's a Facebook page called The General's Lunchbox. And of course, Patreon people already know this. But on YouTube, once you become a member, you can scroll back through almost 5 years of behind the scenes stuff. We put it for members only. The public can't see it. But if you become a member for $1, you become a member, you can scroll back through 5 years of behind the scenes, not fit for public consumption stuff. It's really quite amazing to go back through the whole thing and go, holy shit, look how we got here. It's a good deal. So thank you for donating those memberships.
TikTok, Capricorn Man says, love and respect to my Gen Xers from South Africa. He's from South Africa.
You're from South Africa? My man. What time is it in South Africa? What are you doing up right now in South Africa?
The hydraulic fella is from New Zealand. He said, watching from New Zealand, bro. Legend.
My man. There's some people checking in from those are people that plant flags far away.
A Silver Knew Nothing on TikTok. He's in Sparks, not too far from us.
Hey, Silver, yeah, cool, man. We started having these events in Reno and Carson and stuff. We got some people that can show up, man. Just stay tuned. Hey, you guys that are local, just keep checking the website, genxtalks.com. Scroll to the bottom. We're going to start doing some stuff. We're going to the football game at UNR on the 11th, so we're going to be out tailgating with everybody. So you should, if you're out there, we have a shop phone. You can text and say, "Hey, we're here in the parking lot tailgating," and I'll tell you where we are. I'll carry the phone with me, and you guys can text. It's a lot of fun, but yeah, there's a lot of local people here. I dig it.
Justin Hummel on Facebook Blue. What are your thoughts on the government shutdown battle show going on? Just a big pissing contest or an old school showdown?
Well, the show we talked about, we do a world show, okay, where we talk politics. There's a couple platforms we're on. I can't talk politics on here. We'll get banned. Someone will complain. Someone will be a crybaby, and they'll turn us in, and we'll get suspended. But the world show we do on platforms where we're allowed to say what we want. Right now, you just have two different basic fundamental ideals on healthcare. That's what it's coming down to right now. And they disagree. They both are trying to bolster their voting base. If the Democrats get their way, they're keeping a lot of free health care for a lot of people that could vote for them. The Republicans want to take away free health care for certain people that aren't citizens of the United States, and that bolsters their base. So they both think they're doing the right thing. They're both trying to bolster their position, and we'll see what happens. But there's all sorts of ways that can play out, but the basics of it is everybody who's been furloughed, unless you got laid off, you're going to get your back pay. I've been through 10 of these shutdowns in my tenure on this planet, and you're going to get your back pay, and we'll see what happens. It'll eventually end. It always does. It never goes on forever, but they're just two different parties angling their side of it for their base. That's it. Unless you want to listen to the World Show, and then I'll tell you what I really think. There you go.
All right, let me see. Dale Wine on Facebook says, by the way, that intro on OTR last night was awesome.
Was that fucking cool, man? Off the Record is a show. Hold on, before it scrolls by here. Over on TikTok, Taryn Bensinger, it's a girl, and guess what she wrote?
I have no idea.
She identified herself. She says, it's Spot and Stock U's daughter.
Oh.
So Spot and Stock, who's always on YouTube, that's his daughter's over here. Hey, Taryn, how are you? Yeah, the Off the Record show. Check this out. We've done 11 of them now. The Off the Record show we do on kgxtradio.com. We do it live, and you guys call us. Kind of like a coast-to-coast George Norrie kind of feel, Art Bell. You guys call in and you tell us your stories. It can be anything paranormal, anything really weird. Last night's show was so much fun to do, and it went by so fast. We actually have a real producer for the show now, Shiloh Ferguson. She's your moderator on Facebook, but she's been putting together the guests, and then I just have to sit my fat ass down and make a phone call, and the stories come. Last night, I think the funniest thing last night was we were getting a story about a ghost who appeared in someone's house, and they said, "Hey, how you been?"
Something like that.
Hey, how you been? It's like, wait a second, what? How do you reply to a ghost who shows up in your house and goes, "Hey, how you been?" You're like, want a beer? I mean, what do you say? When this girl told me the story, and I believed her completely, but it was like, How do you beat that story for a ghost that shows up in your house and says, "Hey, how you been?" Like, talks to you, sits down like, "Hey, can I use the bathroom before we start talking here?" That was so fun, and the story just kept going, and where they could see the ghost. This wasn't like they were thinking about. Anyway, Off the Record happens every Wednesday night at 7:00 Los Angeles time, and it's a lot of fun. And there's the back episodes. I'm sorry, we simulcast on YouTube. They're members only. But if you want to listen to it, there's moderator's going to put up the link. The audio is up right now on Spotify. There's 11 episodes, and most of them are pretty good. Some of them were still going through the learning curve, but man, was that fun to do. That was a great show.
It's 4 a.m. in South Africa right now.
Now, that guy has either not gone to bed And he's like, fucking A, Gen X Talks is on. I'm staying up. Or he set an alarm and got up.
And the hydraulic fella says it's Friday afternoon here in New Zealand where they're ahead.
Oh, so he's already drinking and having a good time. Well, he's in New Zealand. You know, New Zealand guys and Tasmanian guys, you can't really say what time to start drinking. They drink all the time. They just drink a little more on Friday evenings, but they're always drinking.
A TikTok, Taryn is asking, can I be on the cook-off? My dad really wants me to compete. Spot and Stocky's daughter.
On the cook-off. Well, it's not till next summer. We just did the big summer blowout barbecue. We flew in a professional chef, Chef John. He's coming back next year. And his competition is Little Miss Hot and Nerdy. She's local. She's very talented, too. Her mother was a professional chef. And we went head-to-head at our barbecue. We had judges. We had these big tomahawk steaks. Where did we get the tomahawk steaks from? Armando and Sons?
Yes, Armando
and Sons get provided just the most beautiful cuts of meat. And they're here in Reno. And these two went head-to-head. And what a competition. Next year, we're going to add a third person. I guess we could think about adding Taryn in there. You better make a note or we'll forget.
I will write it down.
Write it down.
Michael Korenberg on YouTube says he's watching from Russia, a beautiful old city founded in 1010.
Are you kidding me?
Yaroslav.
I would say we have a viewer, a listener, a fan from behind the Iron Curtain. But I don't think there's an Iron Curtain anymore, is there? Because that was like,
I don't believe so.
You know, Gorbachev tear down that wall and Gorbachev got rid of the Iron Curtain. I think I'm just playing with you. That's Cold War mentality, me talking. Again, they're far out from Russia, man. Now we need to send these guys stickers and go, put a Gen X Talk sticker on something very Russian and take a picture. Like the Kremlin. You know, like right to the side of the building and then run. You know, take a picture and then go, you know, or Paris, take it to the top of the Eiffel Tower and stick it to the controls for the elevator and take a picture and then take off. You know what I'm saying? We just had a picture from Gen X Talk. Don't Photoshop a picture. Actually, like show you peeling it and sticking it on. That'd be kind of cool. Behind the Iron Curtain, Gen X Talks. You think could you send a sticker to the Soviet Union
I
or
don't
to
know how
Russia?
much that would cost.
Who cares, man? How cool would that be?
I don't know. Rumble, Dr. Shadowlight says, so tell the general he should make money on Audible as a narrator.
I don't think anybody would. I've been approached to send in voice things. I guess you could, but I didn't think anybody'd ever take it seriously. There's so many voice actors out there that are so much better than I am. Better voices, deeper, more range. I don't think anybody'd pick me to do anything, but whatever. Nice sentiment, though. Thank you for thinking of me, Dr. Shadowlight.
All right. Super Raider on YouTube says, hey, General, another longtime listener from New Zealand. Love the radio station. Pop quiz for you.
Yeah.
There is at least one New Zealand band on your playlist that I've heard. Can you name them or any New Zealand band? Ooh.
Real quick here, and this guy, Indigenous Giant on TikTok, says, where is Gen X Talks podcast located? We are at the Loop Studios in Minden, Nevada. We were in the Southern California area till about 3 months ago. We relocated.
Maybe he's asking where he's going to listen.
Oh.
Where's the podcast located to?
Where's the Gen X Talks located? Well, where...
Come on, man.
Well, hold on. Indigenous Giant, if you want to listen to it, moderators, Mary Mathis is your moderator. She should have already put up the link to the podcast. There, we have a Linktree podcast link. If you do Gen X Talks podcast, just Google that. Gen X Talks podcast. It comes up on Apple, comes up on Spotify, Podbean, Podify, all the little ones too. It's anywhere good podcasts are sold, as they said in commercials in the 70s and 80s.
Capricorn Man said, well, in South Africa, your sticker will be stolen from where it was sticked.
Well, just take the picture of it first, man, and then it can go.
Also, he
what was
says
your question?
plenty of Aussie bands on there, but New Zealand is a completely different country. Please don't confuse us.
I was going to say Men at Work, and then he's going to get pissed.
No, that's an Australian band.
Was Men Without Hats from New Zealand?
I don't know.
Men Without Hats? In Excess. Was In Excess from New Zealand?
How would I know?
Because you're supposed to know these things. You grew up like I did. I don't know if I got... Those are my two guesses. No.
What about the one you like? The, oh my goodness, I just draw a blank just now.
Is it one of the songs you hate?
Yeah. Well, I don't really hate it. It's kind of
not Dexy's Midnight Runners.
No, not that one.
Slade. All things for everyone.
Yes.
Run
What about
away.
Slade?
Aren't they Irish or
Maybe
Wales, Belgian or something? They fucking filmed their whole video in front of a castle in a kilt. So I'm not thinking it's New Zealand.
Yeah, okay. All right. So you hydrate while I run these through. Really
Hydrate and go.
Kel Riken is a member for 29 months on YouTube. Graham Gordon is also at 29 months. Mary Mathis checking in at 41 months, popping in to say hello on YouTube.
There we
Much
go.
love. Rook over on TikTok says, we all know the best cat is Felix. Felix the cat. Okay, sorry.
You know what? That needs to be thrown in there with Garfield and Heathcliff and Felix. He's right.
Okay. Tactical Gramps and the Hydraulic Fella, Music 76182. They all sent you gifts. Couldn't combine them all together.
I just thought of that. Felix the cat. Watch me reach into my magic bag of tricks. The master cylinder is after me again. That was the bad guy's name, and Felix the cat was the master cylinder. That's a brake part on a car. And he reached in his All right, never mind. I thought that was a pretty damn good impression of Felix the cat. Thank you very much. Audible, here I come. There's my range. If you want me to read a book in the voice of Felix the cat or Forrest Gump, I'm your guy.
A lot of people are guessing what the
I know
thing
somebody
is.
in over here in TikTok, they said crowded house.
People over here are Midnight Oil on YouTube, Split Ends, Sugar Cubes.
Padrino says, hope all is well with you and your family, sir. Gen X philosophy conquers all. Yeah. Good stuff there, man.
All right, let me continue on.
Go ahead.
Let's see. TikTok is really coming in here. Still more gifts coming in on TikTok. Hydraulic Fella. Taryn, Spot's daughter, says, Spot's mad you're seeing my comments and not his.
Oh, I'm not even paying attention to
Well, the
Spot right
moderator on TikTok must be a lot better than the moderator on YouTube then.
now. Or your dad's just not saying shit and you're taking I'm reading it over here. I didn't go over to Facebook Blue. I need to bounce over to Blue before Shiloh kicks my ass.
Graham Gordon for $2.79 says $2 US dollars for the National Park Rangers that are laid off.
They're going to get their back pay. They all do. Nobody goes without pay. Now, it's a little tough if you're living paycheck to paycheck like I am, but you get laid off, you get your back pay. So just relax. Take some time off, mow the lawn, do what you need to do.
Oh, Graham Gordon wants you to do the Code Red scene. Do you remember that one? Do you remember the words for that? I don't know if you could still do it. You used to.
I used to. I couldn't do it all anymore. I couldn't.
I don't know if you can still. It's been a while since he's.
Yeah, the Code Red scene. You know what? I should memorize the Code Red scene and do it as Forrest Gump instead of Jack Nicholson. You're goddamn right. I ordered the Code Red.
That would not go over well. No.
I'll just as soon you take a post or say thank you.
Oh my gosh. Firewoo Dart on TikTok says, how dare you forget about Tom and Jerry? Tom of Tom and Jerry as a cat.
Yeah, but he really wasn't a cool cat. He got the shit kicked out of him all the time.
But he was a cat.
That's like saying Wile E. Coyote's your favorite coyote. Well, maybe, but he gets the shit kicked out of him all the time. I don't know.
You always root for Wile E. Coyote.
Who's the best mouse though? Mickey Mouse, Mighty Mouse, Jerry. There's three right there. What about Speedy Gonzales?
I was going to say, yeah, he was high the whole time when
No,
he was on a cartoon.
That was his other brother, Slowpoke Joe or whatever.
Oh, Slowpoke.
The tall, skinny mouse who had the big red eyes. He just walked around. He was stoned all day. He was the opposite of Speedy.
He was like Cheech and Chong.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh my gosh. Okay, they're still sending gifts on TikTok is exploding
Okay,
tonight.
you know what the bad deal? I'm gonna change something next time on TikTok.
What are you going to change on
Do
TikTok?
you remember when we did live streams like 4 years ago, and because we didn't know about Streamlabs, or Streamlabs wasn't even a thing, and so we had different cameras on and we'd start them all at the same time, and we would do shows. But the cool thing about TikTok on a phone versus a computer, like I'm watching on my Mac, all it does is kind of on the side over here, if someone gives a gift, it pops up for 1 second and goes, there's a rose. Someone gave you a rose or something. Okay, but that's what it is for all of them, even if you guys gave a really big gift. But on the phone, it takes up the whole screen. It shows the animation. You guys gave a Galaxy one time, the hydraulic one, sending 19 goats. 20 goats. But you guys would send something like a Ferrari, a race car,
It was a Galaxy.
and a Galaxy spun around, and a mirror ball, a dancing ball.
Yeah, there was
But, and they were big, expensive gifts. But we saw them. You could see them. They don't
used to
show you.
explode on
Yeah,
the screen.
I'd be looking at that, going, "Holy goddamn shit! What the fuck was that?" And someone goes, "That's a dancing unicorn on acid." And I'm like, "Holy crap! How much did that cost?" But I can't see him here. So next week, I'm getting one of those little phone holders that we got.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to put one of the phones on here, just right in front of me where I can see, or one of us can just see what comes up because
Okay.
it takes up the screen.
All right.
That way we can see what you guys are doing, man, because
All
this
right.
is kind of dicked
Rumble's
out right now.
checking in. Ma Vic wants you to do Sling Blade.
She gets so mad.
I don't get mad. It just freaks me out.
It does. I,
Go ahead. Everybody wants you to do it. Just go
we'll
ahead.
sit there at dinner one time, and all of a sudden she'll say, "Did you have enough?" Like, "Well, I'd like to get me some more of them taters. I see them boys bearing down on me. I figured you should just get the ball before something hurt me. I don't know about that, but it ain't got no gas in it." And I started doing that, and my wife starts getting upset. From across the house, she starts yelling, going, "I'm not coming near you till you stop that," or she'll go in her room and close the door and turn up the music so she can't hear me outside the door. I can come knocking on the door going, "You okay in there? You need some help?
Nope.
You need some help, little fella down there?" I call it a sling blade. Some people call it a sickle. I call it a sling blade. I reckon I ain't got nobody the reason to kill nobody no more. And if she doesn't open the door at Sling Blade, I got to knock on the door again and go, "I'm sorry, can I come in now? I got a box of chocolates for you out here. They're pretty good. You should have some with me. Would you please come outside and sit with me now? You can turn down the music. I'm done." And if I then Forrest Gump, sometimes she'll come out. But Sling Blade runs her across the house, locks the door, and turns up the music. So, all right, there you go. So now you've heard that.
TikTok is jumping in as Gus from Cinderella, the little mouse, the chubby mouse.
I don't remember how he sounded.
I don't remember either.
I can do a lot of impersonations, especially if I practice them for, just give me half an hour, because I used to do them all the time growing up. That Forrest Gump one I did so good when I was up in Central Oregon, there was a couple radio stations that hired me to do, people wanted a Forrest Gump commercial. You know, go into auto repair shop. If you don't use us as an auto repair shop, everywhere you go, you'll be running. If you pay too much for your automotive repair, Mama says stupid is as stupid does. And I actually did some of that. But yeah, I like doing the impersonations. They're fun. I can't nail them all, but they're fun to do anyway, even if you fuck them up. It's even better when you're drinking because you think you sound just like the actor, but you're not even close. And people looking at you going, "There's no fucking way you did that." Yeah, I nailed it. No, you didn't. I didn't even know who you were doing.
Love Match on Facebook. Stop using God's name in vain. You love your content. Congrats on the weight loss. Oh, that was kind of a double thing.
Yeah, it's a
I
backhand.
don't like this, but hey.
I'm going to give you a couple compliments, and then I love everything about you, but. So apparently.
You can't take the Lord's name in vain.
Okay.
That's what Love Match said.
Never again? Like from this moment on?
It said stop using the God's name in vain.
How do you know that's a bad thing? What's this guy's name?
Love Match.
Love Match. Smart name, by the way. Love Match. Let me address that. Now I'm just going to use some Generation X logic on you. Okay? How do you know that using his name in vain is bad? And what is using the Lord's name in vain? Now, if I'm mad and I say, "God damn it," okay, but what am I saying? Let's say the river flooded and I can't get across the river. And I say, "God damn that river." Now, I'm condemning that river in the name of God. Is that what I'm not supposed to do? Because it's a bad thing. It's like, well, don't condemn the river in the name of God. Don't use his name in vain. All right. What if my third grader comes home with an A on his spelling test? Can I go, "God damn, that's a good job on that spelling test"? Was that bad? Am I condemning the spelling test? Or am I kind of bringing God into the mix of like, "Hey, man, we're all there"? You think when I get to heaven, someone's going to say, "Hey, You used my name incorrectly. I said, well, you weren't real specific on how to use it. You can say this, but you can't say that. Can you mix the two together? Can it be a 50-50 thing? And basically, Lord, I was just making sure you were included in all my conversations. I was thinking about you all the time, God. All right? Right there at the top of my list. I mean, you got to think about some of the things that people have pointed out before. Does Jesus and God, are they allowed to use each other's names? Are they allowed to say, could Jesus have gone, God damn it? He probably couldn't have, because God would have thought that was a request and smited somebody. And Jesus could have said, Dad, I was blowing off steam. I didn't really mean for you to damn them. Now you just damn them to hell. And God could say, well, be careful what you say, because I'm right here listening.
Dragon Slayer Jade said, which God? Not sorry.
The other one is that, what if God's up there and God's in heaven and he's just tired of listening to all the bullshit? And he's tired. He puts his hands up. He says, I'm tired of listening to all the bullshit down on earth. I can't take it anymore. Fuck. What if God just sits and goes, Jesus Christ, I can't take it anymore? Now, did he just use Jesus' name in vain? Does Jesus walk up and say, hey, God, hey, Dad, quit using my name, Dad. Don't use my name in vain, Dad. Please quit saying my name like that. Is that what he says? He goes, Jesus Christ. He said, don't use my name, Dad. Or, I mean, I'm just asking what the rules are here. I'm trying to fit in.
What if you tell somebody, God bless you?
No, you can't use the Lord's name in vain. But what if you say it bad? God bless you. That's bad. That's in vain.
Or those Southern girls that go, bless your heart. Could be God bless your heart.
God bless your heart. That means you're a fucking idiot. That's what that means.
Pretty much.
When a Southern girl tells you, well, bless your heart, you're a fucking moron.
All right. James Code on Facebook says, I love this chat. I feel like I'm home and ducking my mom's slap.
Yeah, that's what it's starting to feel like around here, goddammit. If I wanted this kind of abuse, I could have shown up for Thanksgiving dinner at my parents' house. All right.
Brian over on Facebook says, saying hi. Brian from South Kingstown, Rhode Island. Gen X here, 50-year-old, work second shift on my lunch break, going to have to go back in 2 minutes. Love your guys' show. Keep doing what you're doing.
Far out, my man. Thank you.
Apparently, that was a lot.
Apparently, someone named Reno Mike gave some gifts. Mary Mathis said, thanks for the gifts. Reno Mike, but I didn't see what Reno Mike sent. I'm telling you, next show, we got to have a cell phone that just sits here with the gifts on it, because it shows them. God bless.
So
them.
Michael Kornsberg, he's the one from Russia.
All right.
He's like, ladies and gents, it's been a while. I'm alive and well. My question is, what's the deal with the hatred and needless killings? Like the Charlie Kirk one. He's, I guess, catching up with that. He wants to know what's going on.
Over the last 20 years, my country has become extremely polarized and politically divided. There's always been left and right. Nobody really cared. About the mid-'90s, late '90s, we had gotten away. I remember living there. The people that I lived all over, so don't tell me, you just where you live. Nobody cared about gays or lesbians anymore. Far out. You do what you do. Nobody cared about black or white. Far out. You do what you do. Well, I'm a Democrat. I'm a Republican. Far out. You do what you do. Nobody cared. It was about the late '90s and early 2000s. Nobody cared anymore. We were past it all. We were just living life. We were worried about other things. And somehow politicians began festering and driving that wedge, and the media amplifying every killing of a white person, of a black person. And the first thing to say, it was a liberal person, it was a conservative person. We were already past it, just so you know. As a country, we were kind of already arrived. Everybody was like, cool, man, you be you, and let's just get along. Nobody cared. Now there's deep divisions, and every time someone in our country goes, we need to tamp down the flame. We need to slow down the partisan bullshit. It's too much division, and then they go right into why there's division and blaming people. It's worse. It's worse now than I've ever seen it. And we didn't do it to ourselves. The country, regular people, we didn't do it to ourselves. This came from media and up on top. They festered this in us and got everybody angry. They shouldn't have done that. It was a bad move by the politicians, and it didn't need to be done. We were all coming together. I'm not saying we were all singing Kumbaya, but it was quite a different feeling back then. If you lived through it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. There's always racial strife. There's always assholes. Well, you find out who the racist assholes are, and you put them down, man. Put them in the dirt. You can't act that way. You can't treat people like that. But it was on such small scales. We were actually doing pretty good for a while, and we let it get away from us. We let people do it to us. That's the best. If you're talking from Russia and you want to know, that's what happened. That's the basics of it. From street level, you want me to keep it at nuts and bolts level? without going into focus groups and charts and graphs and shit. Well, there you have it. That's looking out my front door, paying attention. I'm a keen observer of human nature, and I'm on my 58th lap around the sun. So I've seen a few things, but I'm with you guys. I'm with you guys, man. Should have just let be where we were. Anyway, what do you got?
Sean MacArthur's checking in, sending 100 stars to the favorite couple.
Thank you.
Enjoy and be merry. Handsome General, congratulations on the weight loss. We have a shout out to Sean for sending stars for 4 weeks. Every show he has sent.
Say that again?
A shout out to Sean.
Yeah.
He has sent stars for 4 weeks for every show we've been on in 4 weeks.
And he's done more than that. He goes back for a year or two.
At least.
Yeah, Russell Covey and him are the two big names on Facebook. And they don't, even if it's $1, even if it's $1 or $2, they do it every time. They never forget us.
All right. The hydraulic fella on TikTok says, send me a sticker or I'll buy one and throw it up on the Sky Tower and take a photo and send it to you.
My man.
All right. I will see what I can do about sending it. Hydraulic fella, email me at genxmom@genxtalks.com and give me your mailing address and I'll see what I can do with that.
I'll put this out to any of you that are far away, out of the country. Anybody, send Gen X Mom an email, genxmom@genxtalks.com, with an address where we can send you something physically, and we'll send you a box of stickers and stuff, and say thanks for watching. But yeah, well, if you guys can put a sticker on something cool, don't Photoshop it. Actually put it on there, and then even if it's on a mailbox, from Tasmania, or a barbershop pole in South Africa. I don't care. Just that would be really cool. I'll start a web page of where you with your guys' pictures of where you put these stickers far away. I think we should get one in Antarctica too, but that's just me. What do I know? But send her an email. We'll send you a sticker.
Darth Wang over on TikTok says, I came back after living in South America for over a decade and I'm very worried.
Tough stuff going on, my man.
Also on TikTok, Bob is checking in. You believe and speak in what I think every day. Love your live, he says.
Appreciate you. Thank you for chiming in, buddy.
LaMay sent a gift from TikTok. TikTok's just doing it again.
Kevin Dog over on TikTok says, I've seen all your videos of your son, I think. I'm not sure. There's like 500 of them now. It'll take you a while to binge watch all the shorts, but they're out there.
Hydraulic fella on TikTok says, you're awesome times 20.
I am awesome times 20. Just ask me. I'll tell you.
Oh, my gosh.
True story.
Oh, my gosh. Really? Also, I want to do a shout out from the last Bottom of the Glass show on Tuesday. Russell Covey at the very last minute came sliding in with 50 stars. The general is flirting with death, he said. I don't even remember what you're talking about, but he's always flirting with death. He's always right there. Just right there.
Michael Outport on Facebook Blue says, if I got stickers, I'd go back and put one where I found my gold coin. Oh,
that's cool.
That'd be very cool.
John on YouTube says, I love the Briggs versus Dad shorts.
Yeah, they're irritating. Those ambush videos are fucking irritating, but whatever.
So we have a longtime listener that's having a kind of a bad day today. I think you need to cheer him up.
A listener who's having a bad day. That is my specialty.
I know.
If nothing, I am a cheery person.
I think he needs to hear a little
ahead.
Something or other. This person says, I'm just poking my head in to say hello, everyone. I'm just listening and not been chatting. I'm having a really rough day. I'm not well, and this is a particularly difficult day. And it's Florida Man.
Whoa, Florida Man.
So talk to your camera. Florida Man, please pay attention.
Florida Man. Everyone else is leaving now. There ain't nobody. They're all heading for the exits. We're about done with the show. Everybody's leaving, so it's just you and me. What the fuck, man? What do you mean you're having a bad day? Like, you're not well because you got a medical diagnosis, or you're not well just because you stubbed your toe on the couch and stepped on a Lego at 2 a.m. and you called in sick for work. You got to be a little more specific, Bob. Specific. But if you're not having a good day, I want you to think of something silly. If you had nothing but good days, how would you know? How would you know? The only reason we know we have good days is because we've had bad days. And the only reason you know you're having a bad day is because you've had good days. So you know you can't just have every bad day from here on out. You know that's not mathematically possible. And if nothing, you know that I'm a mathematical genius. I can work out the trigonometry for you, but we don't need to go there right now. I don't make me pull out the whiteboard. I'm not Glenn Beck. Could do it all in my head. The calculator. Mr. Wizard Calculator looks like an owl. Yeah, I could do it for you right now, but we don't need to because we have trust. You trust me. You trust me when I tell you that the bad days will pass. Only if you don't give in. You give in and do something stupid, the next day is going to be worse, and the next day after that, and the next day after that. But you know that if you get back up and you stand up and you fight back to where you were and you try to gain some ground, you know the bad days pass. You know statistically there's going to be good days out there. You want to do something silly, end your life or do something silly or go off half-cocked on a good day. Never do it on a bad day. You know why I say that? Because you won't. Because you're enjoying that good day, especially if you're in Florida. There's a lot to be thankful for down there. I mean, more than I can count on my fingers and toes. And even if I whip out my Johnson and that counts as 33, still can't do it. Just remember that every day isn't going to be bad. And whatever's going on right now, you can get past it. And if you did get some weird medical diagnosis, you can fight it. And you can live out every day while you're fighting it the way you choose. And there's some nobility in that too, my friend. All right. Never forget that. And we're here for you. Give us a call. We'll talk it through.
There's lots of people that'll talk
Lots
to
of
you.
people. And there's lots of people in Florida right around you. You know that already.
Yep.
Where are we
if
at?
you need something, they'll find you.
It's a way to do it.
TikTok, LeMay says, love the common sense you show your son. It's lacking a lot these days.
Appreciate that. He doesn't seem to think so, but whatever.
He will in time. He will in time. Laura Kay asked a question. Laura Kay, ask your question. I'm waiting.
Yeah.
Oh, Florida man, Mama X in general, I agree. Contrast is important. This too shall pass. I know I'm just particularly stuck in the mud here. Yes, there's medical and other. However, I know y'all got my back.
Absolutely, my brother. Absolutely.
Laura K, I'm waiting. She had a question for you. So I'm
The last time Laura K had a question, it was on Patreon. She's a paid member of Patreon, and she saw the picture of you with that brilliantly bright bird that I've only seen once, and the camera didn't catch it because you opened up the fucking slider window and you stopped opening it where the bar was right in front of the camera. And Laura K wrote in and says, was this the magpie you saw? And I had to say, no, this is a very big, beautiful bird with multiple colors that we're never going to see again because Gen X Mom slid the window open and stopped it right in front of the fucking camera. That's the last time Laura K asked me a question. It was on Patreon.
You feel better now?
No, I'm all mad about you and the goddamn camera again. How would you open up that window and stop it right there? Any other normal person would have gone, oh, I'm
You know that
I'm blocking
1947 truck you want? You can kiss that puppy goodbye.
You're not even going. You said you were going to the fish market with St. Donna. Sun Valley Fox and I are going over there to look at it.
No, we're now going all together tomorrow.
What? Oh. Well, let me start with
that's going to be a fun trip.
Let me start with my
All four of us.
three-part apology. I have to start with my three-part apology.
I think I did see her question. What is your favorite bird that you've seen out the window? That's what I think she asked.
I
think I saw it.
I love the doves when they show up. They almost always show up in pairs. They both go into the water, the bird bath themselves. They're so big and fat, they don't try to land on any of the bird feeders. But I notice what they do is they walk around through all the stones, the silver, what are they called? The river rock. But they're round river rock, and they walk through all those, and I think they pick up what the other birds drop.
Yep.
So those are my personal favorites of those two.
I think they mate for life, don't they? I think they do.
Well, I'm assuming that these two have mated by now. I don't think they're dating. If they are, they've been dating a while now because they keep showing up in pairs. The other one I like is that
I wonder
magpie.
if they're on a second date.
They're on their third date. They're going to get some on the third date. The other one is the magpie because I didn't realize how big it was.
Yeah.
Magpie is much bigger, and this one's black and white. And I think this one's different than other magpies. Like, I think it's native to this part of Nevada. I got to look it up. But that dude shows up all the time, scares all the other birds away until he's done eating.
Are you going to tell people what kind of birds you've seen? And when the magpie shows up, what happens to the other birds? Like they disappear?
I literally just said that. I finished my sentence by saying when the magpie shows up, all the other birds scatter.
I'm reading.
You don't listen to me at all. You don't fucking listen to me. You don't even listen during the day. You don't. I could just recite the ABCs and you'd go, so do you want to recite your ABCs for everybody? Just did. Just recited the ABCs right before you said that. Never mind. You're not getting your 3-part apology now. We're even. All right. Are we getting
Part apology for what?
I said twice, I said, I'm going to give you a 3-part apology because you said I wasn't going to get the truck. And I said, well, I better give you a 3-part apology. See, you didn't hear that either. I was even trying to apologize, and you didn't even hear the beginning of the apology.
No.
Oh, my God. I just can't.
All I hear is wah, 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 wah. That's all I hear.
Okay. Do you know what? I can't do this with you anymore. You ate all the Butterfingers, and now you're fucking with me.
I have not had any butter. I don't like Butterfingers.
You ate the Butterfingers. I know you did.
Your son's home. Ask him.
We will. No, court's in session. We're going to call together our first witness. All right. Anything else between the sheets? Because getting time to wrap it up.
No, I want to go to my room.
All right. Listen, say goodnight, Gracie.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for listening to us. Not sure where you're chiming in from around the planet. AM, FM, Sirius XM, or perhaps you're listening in on the Armed Service Radio Network. Remember 2 things in this life. Number 1, wherever you go, there you are. And number 2, I'll catch you guys on the flip side because I'm out, baby.
Bye-bye.